For over a decade, the Brown family has pulled America into their living room. We've watched their marriages form and fall apart. But now, after years of fractured vows, bitter arguments, and shattered dreams, the story has reached its breaking point. The final wife, Robyn, has walked out. And yet, this collapse isn't just about breakups. It's about something far deeper: the hidden divide between spiritual marriage and legal marriage. What does it mean to be divorced in faith, but still bound in the eyes of the law? And how has that divide shaped the heartbreak of Janelle, Meri, Christine, and now Robyn? Tonight, we uncover the untold truth. The Brown family didn't just fall apart, they collapsed under the weight of promises no court could ever enforce.
How is it news to you?
That we're just divorced?
Oh.
We never made an official agreement. We never signed a paper. We never agreed. We never went to our church leaders and said, hey, we're divorced.
Usually, our church would say you're divorced. You have to go ask for a divorce.
Yeah.
You have to get paperwork. You have to get
What happens when the last wife standing finally walks away? After decades of family drama, heartbreak, and betrayal, the unthinkable has happened. Robyn Brown, the woman Kody once called his soulmate, has left. But how did it come to this? Why now? And what does it mean for the Brown family legacy? Stick around, because what we uncovered will shock even the most loyal Sister Wives fans. By the end of this video, you'll see the explosive moment that fans are calling the true end of Sister Wives. Narrator: to understand Robyn's shocking departure, we have to rewind. Once upon a time, Kody Brown stood proud, leading a polygamist family of 4 wives: Meri, Janelle, Christine, and later, Robyn. The show Sister Wives premiered on TLC in 2010, offering America a front-row seat into the controversial world of plural marriage. At first, fans saw harmony, or at least the illusion of it. But cracks formed early. Christine battled jealousy. Meri struggled with loneliness. Janelle questioned her independence. And then came Robyn. Younger, vibrant, and quickly favored by Kody. The other wives noticed, and so did the fans. Many say Robyn wasn't just another wife. She was Kody's turning point, and maybe the reason the family started unraveling. By season 17, Christine had left. Meri was barely hanging on. Janelle, once Kody's rock, walked out too. That left just Robyn, Kody's so-called last wife standing. But season 20? Everything changed. Viewers watched Robyn's once perfect marriage crumble under the weight of reality. The woman who once defended Kody began to look tired, broken, and distant. In one emotional confessional, Robyn admitted, "This isn't what I signed up for." Kody's obsession with control, his rigid rules during the pandemic, his explosive temper, his favoritism pushed every wife away. But Robyn? She stayed, insisting she wanted the family to work. Fans began calling her Kody's enabler, blaming her for the destruction of the family unit. But privately, sources say Robyn was cracking. She faced online hate campaigns. She endured isolation after the other wives left. And she was raising her children in what many described as a toxic, collapsing household. By mid-season 20, whispers began, Robyn was reconsidering everything. A shocking leak revealed that Robyn consulted an attorney, yes, an attorney, about her legal marriage to Kody. For fans, this wasn't just a marital fight. This was the beginning of the end. Then came the moment that shook the Sister Wives universe. In the finale, Robyn sat across from Kody. Tears streaming, voice trembling, she said the words no one thought she'd ever say. "I can't do this anymore. I'm done." The look on Kody's face? Fans say it was the first time we saw him truly stunned, even powerless. After 13 years of defending him, loving him, sacrificing for him, Robyn walked out. This wasn't just a wife leaving her husband. This was the collapse of the Brown family empire. Meri gone. Janelle gone. Christine thriving on her own. And now, Robyn. Kody Brown, once the proud head of a sprawling polygamist household, is now a man with nothing. Fans call this karma, but others ask what happens next. The fan backlash was swift and brutal. Reddit threads exploded with celebration over Robyn's independence. TikTok flooded with reactions, calling it the best season ever. Longtime viewers said, "We stayed for 20 seasons just to see Kody finally lose." But beneath the cheers, a deeper question remains. Was this all inevitable? Did Kody's ego destroy his marriages, or was the polygamist dream doomed from the start? Robyn leaving Kody marks not just the end of their marriage, but the true finale of Sister Wives. The Brown family is no more, but the story doesn't end here. Fans are already asking, will Robyn write a tell-all? Will TLC spin off the ex-wives? And will Kody finally face life alone? You won't believe what insiders are already hinting at for TLC's next move. What do you think? Was Robyn a victim or the villain of this story? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep the conversation going. Part 2. For years, the world has watched the sister wives break away from Kody Brown, Christine first, then Janelle, and even Meri. But behind the dramatic exits and TLC's headlines, there's a secret these women haven't fully told you. Their breakups weren't just about love and betrayal. They were about something much deeper, the divide between spiritual divorce and legal divorce. What does it mean to leave a man spiritually, but still be bound legally? Or vice versa? By the end, you'll understand why some fans say the women are still married to Kody in God's eyes. To understand this divide, let's rewind. Kody Brown's marriages weren't like yours or mine. His unions with Christine, Janelle, and Meri weren't legal marriages in the eyes of the state. They were spiritual covenants, performed within their faith. Legally, only Robyn held the paper marriage to Kody because he divorced Meri to marry Robyn, allowing him to adopt her children. So when Christine announced she was leaving Kody in 2021, many fans asked, but wait, how do you divorce if you were never legally married? Here's where it gets complicated. Christine walked away spiritually, no court, no lawyers. She declared herself free. Janelle admitted she's not legally tied to Kody, but still struggles with the spiritual weight of leaving. Meri hung on the longest, clinging to the spiritual vows, even after being legally divorced years ago. This divide, legal versus spiritual, is the shadow storyline TLC rarely explains. But for the women, it's everything. Because leaving Kody wasn't just about packing boxes. It meant breaking vows they believed were eternal. The emotional cost of spiritual divorce was enormous. Christine confessed she felt like she was breaking her promise to God. Janelle revealed her children urged her to leave long before she found the courage. And Meri? For years, she carried the title of first wife, yet watched her bond vanish into nothing but spiritual strings. In one shocking confession, Christine admitted she asked church leaders how to end her marriage spiritually. Their response? That's between you and God. No paperwork. No signature. Just a heart-wrenching decision to say, I'm done. Meanwhile, Robyn, the only legal wife, stood apart. Protected by legal documents, her bond to Kody gave her leverage and security the others never had. Fans began accusing Robyn of being the strategic wife, holding the only real power in the family. And for Janelle and Meri, that raised painful questions. Did their decades with Kody ever count legally? Or were they just shadows of a marriage, trapped in spiritual vows they couldn't enforce in court? Then came the twist no one expected. During season 20, fans noticed subtle comments, Janelle admitting she never thought of herself as legally married. Meri acknowledging that her spiritual marriage had been dead for years. Christine openly celebrating her freedom, even calling herself divorced, despite no court filings. TLC blurred the line. If Christine could walk away with no legal battle, was her marriage ever real? And then the backlash began. Some fans accused the women of rewriting history, saying their marriages were never more than spiritual titles. Others praised Christine, Janelle, and Meri for finally escaping the invisible chains. And a third group turned their anger on Kody, accusing him of exploiting the spiritual loophole to control women without ever giving them legal rights. Here's the chilling truth. Legally, Kody only ever had one wife. But spiritually, He bound 4 women into a system where leaving meant risking their faith, their identity, and even their children's futures. And that's why some fans say the Brown wives weren't just divorcing Kody, they were divorcing God. The fan response has been explosive. On Reddit, debates rage over whether Christine should even call herself divorced. On Facebook groups, women in similar faiths share their own struggles with spiritual versus legal separation. And on TikTok, younger fans mock Kody for being a one-wife man hiding behind 4 rings. But beyond the drama, there's a deeper cultural question: do spiritual marriages deserve the same recognition or protection as legal ones? The sister wives story isn't just about polygamy. It's about the clash between faith and law, between vows made to God and vows made on paper. For Christine, Janelle, and Meri, that divide shaped every heartbreak and every hard decision. And for Robyn, the one legal wife, it may shape the family's legacy forever. What do you think? Was Christine truly divorced? Did Janelle and Meri free themselves spiritually, or are they still bound? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's unpack this together. Let's deep dive in full details. Part 3. It began in 2010. The Browns opened their lives to the world: Meri, Janelle, Christine, and later, Robyn. At first, the dream looked intact. But beneath the surface, cracks were forming. Christine admitted jealousy was eating her alive. Meri struggled with loneliness and even catfished in desperation. Janelle found herself financially independent, but emotionally isolated. And Robyn, young, vibrant, favored, changed the family dynamic forever. Some fans say Robyn wasn't just another wife. She was Kody's undoing. But the truth? The Brown family's collapse was written in the fine print of their own marriages, both the legal and the spiritual. Christine was the first to leave. But here's the catch: she was never legally married to Kody. Their bond was entirely spiritual. So when she packed up and said, "I'm done," there was no court filing, no divorce decree, just a spiritual separation. Christine later admitted she asked church leaders how to end it. Their answer? That's between you and God. For Christine, walking away meant freedom. But for Janelle and Meri, the spiritual weight of leaving was heavier. Janelle: "We're not legally married, but in my faith, I made a promise to God. Breaking that isn't simple." Meri: "Legally divorced since Kody married Robyn, but spiritually, she clung to vows that had long since died." And then there was Robyn, the only wife with a legal bond. The one Kody sacrificed Meri's legal marriage for. The wife with paperwork, rights, and security. Fans began calling her the strategic wife, protected while the others were spiritually tethered with no legal ground. Imagine it: 3 decades of your life invested in a marriage, only to discover the state never even recognized it. Your divorce happens with no judge, no lawyer, just you deciding your covenant is over. That's the heartbreak Meri, Janelle, and Christine faced. And it's the trap Kody controlled for years. But by season 20, the trap snapped shut. Even Robyn, Kody's last wife standing, had enough. In the finale, the moment fans never thought they'd see, Robyn, exhausted, admitted through tears, "This isn't what I signed up for. I can't do this anymore." For the first time in Sister Wives history, Kody was left with no wife at all. The collapse was complete. Christine, spiritually free, thriving in Utah. Janelle, financially independent, but redefining herself without a husband. Meri, legally divorced years ago, now finally releasing the spiritual ties. Robyn, the last wife, the legal wife, walking away. And yet the story doesn't end here. The Brown family collapse forces us to ask bigger questions. What does marriage mean if the law doesn't recognize it? Does a spiritual covenant hold the same weight as a legal one? And what happens when the two collide, tearing a family apart? Some fans argue the women were never really wives, just spiritual placeholders. Others insist their decades of devotion made their unions more real than any paper could. The Brown story is no longer about polygamy. It's about promises, power, and the pain of being bound by rules no one else can see. For years, sister wives promised America a story of family, faith, and unity. Instead, it ended with betrayal, broken vows, and 4 women discovering their worth beyond one man. Robyn leaving Kody wasn't just the end of a marriage. It was the death of the Brown family dream. What do you think? Were the Brown wives ever truly free? Was Robyn a victim or the villain? Drop your thoughts in the comments, we read every one. And if you're ready for more deep dives into TLC's most dramatic family,